Okay. Please stop. Oh, hey. First aid kit. Nice. Okay. Alright. So yeah, like in 18 something. And it lasts for like 2 to 3 years or something. While he's like active or stuff and stuff.
Right.
But from in like 18 something, this one foreman for like the tree company, like his buddies got killed because they were anti-union or something.
Yeah.
And he thinks he knows who did it. And like for a year or two or something, he's just like roaming around, saying hi to people, not really doing much. And then one night he goes into this bar and has his ex with him, has a couple drinks at the bar, walks to the back where all these guys are, and just starts chopping them up.
Wow.
Chops up like 4 dudes, 3 or 4 dudes. One of them gets away. And he does this right in front of, like, the bar is full. And the dude, like, just does this at the back of the bar. And
Just goes crazy.
everybody just, like, ignores it. They're like, oh, yeah, just old dude chopping some people up.
Oh my gosh. What is wrong with the town of Derry?
And then when the Mike asks the guy who's telling the story, he's like, well, why didn't anybody, like, do something, you know? And the dude was like, well, you gotta understand. To us, that was just politics. And since we were just simple working folk, we didn't have any say in politics. So we let it do, you know, we let them do what it do. And then, like, a couple hours later, they lynched the guy.
That is a terrible reason.
This is pretty interesting, though. And then, of course, that cycle ended with the ironworks exploding, which they talk about in the movie all the time.
Right. Well, that's the main incident that they talk about.
Yeah. That was neat.
That was neat. All this talk about it just really makes me want to watch Stranger Things.
Get wrecked. Ow. What was that for, buddy? That was another thing. The characters are... Like, Bill is, like, the tallest one of the group.
Yeah.
And, like, the strongest, most fit one. And he's got, like, flaming red hair. He just has a stutter. And that is not at all how either actor portrayed him.
No. Not at all.
And Richie's a lot better in the book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he says most of the racist comments, but yeah, he's pretty funny. Oh. You gonna get her out? Or is she not coming? Nope. Can I get up? I know I've taken this one's photo, but... Yeah, a little bit. Is this a UN vent? Yeah, it is. Automatic. Yeah, actually. Yeah, we'll do that. Why not? Hey! I'm walking here.
He didn't like you walking there.
Apparently not. There we go. Now we're out of money again. So, and then the most recent cycle, like the one just before the main character cycle,
Yeah.
happened to do with Mike's dad. Because he was part of the black folks. The black, like, army platoon or whatever. Company. Not really a platoon. Because it was during Prohibition and stuff. And, they didn't have a place to, like, they were going into town to drink, but all the rich white people didn't want any of the black folks intermingling in the town, getting it on with the white women, even if they were just white whores and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the officers, the army officers, didn't want the black folks up at their place drinking, because they don't want anything to do with them. So they give them this, like, shack that's on the base, and they said, this is where you're gonna do your thing, we don't care what you do, and they go away. And they call it the black spot. And they, like...
It's literally called the black spot?
Yeah, they call it the black spot.
That's awful.
Well, the black people call it the black spot. Because they walk in there and they look around it, and there was, like, something, like, burned or something like that. Or, like, the ground around it, around the building was black or something. So they called it the black spot. And they build it up into this really nice bar or lounge thing, and then all the people from town start going there to get their drink on, and then the KKK, which isn't like KKK, it's the northern version of the KKK, the Legion of something. I don't remember what it's called. Legion of Tolerance or something like that. Anyway, it's basically the KKK. So they don't like that, so they go up there one night and they throw mollies at it and then bar the door, or they throw mollies at it, and the kitchen catches on fire, so the whole place starts to go up, and all the people in the place are trying to run out the door, and the door, like, opens in, and there's too many people pushing on it, and they can't get it open. So a bunch of people burn to death, and...
So whenever a big thing or a big event happens in Derry, it triggers it?
No, that was the ending.
Oh, okay.
That was, like, the end event. The end event is a huge event. The initial thing just has to be a sacrifice. A terrible sacrifice. A terrible event. But it's only, like, one, maybe two people. Yeah, so Mike's dad ends up escaping through a window with a couple of his army buddies, and then their sergeant or whatever, who's a white dude, super racist dude, pulls up in his truck, and he's like, what the hell's going on? And the guy's like, I need to borrow your truck. And the dude's like, the hell you are? So the black guy pops him and knocks him out, jumps in his truck and runs it into the building to make a hole so people can get out. But still, like, 15 or 20 people burned to death.
Of course.
And then that dude who popped the NCO gets court-martialed and sent to jail.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Yeah, the cycle that started it, or the event that started it in 58 was Georgie, One-Armed George, which they actually call him One-Armed George in the book. It's kind of funny.
Oh.
And then the event that starts at 1985 is these two dudes go gay bashing and they kill this guy.
Awful.
They just beat the shit out of him and then throw him over a bridge.
That's awful. Awful, awful. Also, this still makes me want to watch Stranger Things.
Damn it, I hit the wrong button. Oh, in my head, I don't even see the kid from Stranger Things. Because he's such a terrible Richie.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that. It's just the time period.
Well, when they're kids, it's 58 in the book. It's pretty interesting, though. Uh-oh.
What is that?
People coming in. Nice.
That made me jump.
What am I doing? Oh. That's what I'm doing. They came through.
No kidding.
Proxy mine, though.
Do you know where you're going?
Sorta. I think whoever came through there got blown to shit.
Yeah.
I think they're fighting that big dad. Nope. Something's going on.
Damn, they're all over the place.
Mm-hmm. I think you're just supposed to survive for, you know,
X amount of time.
yeah. Well. Is he dead? Well, I guess so.
Man, he took out your turret.
No, he's fine.
Barely.
Still alive.
You would think Big Daddy would help.
Big Daddy doesn't care unless it gets in, unless somebody hits him. Oh. There we go. Here comes me, robots. Ah! Go, my bees! Whoa. There we go. Yay, all the poison nastiness stopped. There we go. Asshole. Give me a lot of health though. So yeah, yes, they cut all that out of both films.
No kidding. Sounds like they reduced it down to the bare minimum.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike's dad has like a huge role that they cut out. Because most of the story is told by Mike.
Yeah. That's no surprise.
But it constantly switches back and forth between old and young.
How do you keep track?
Cause it's like they're well, it introduces the characters like here's an adult character now. Here's them as a kid.
Got it.
Oh, hold on.
Something more powerful than each of us. A combination of our efforts. A great chain of industry that unites us. But it is only when we struggle in our own interest that the chain pulls society in the right direction. The chain is too powerful and too mysterious for any government to guide. Any man who tells you different either has his hand in your pocket or a pistol to your neck.
Where are we going?
I
Wait,
don't have an arrow anymore.
where am I supposed to go? Supposed to go somewhere. Ford Frolic, I guess. So it's like, yeah, here's an adult character, here's them as a kid, adult kid, adult kid, adult kid, adult kid. And then they all go to meet up, and as they're going to meet up, each of them starts regaining their memories.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, is that trash? So it'll be like Bill's on a plane, staring out the window, and then memory begins to happen, and then it'll talk about that memory from when they were kids, and then after that story's over, back to Bill sitting in the airplane, and yes, I remember now. Well, what's Beverly doing? Well, here's Beverly, and she's on a bus, and she's starting to remember this, and then memory.
Very easy transitions.
Yeah, and then so it does that. They all meet up, and then they're sitting around talking. They're like doing the scene where they're at the buffet, the
Yeah.
Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
It's not really a buffet. Chinese restaurant. And they're all sitting around the table, and then they each tell a story, and then shit happens. They leave, and then Character A goes here, thing happens, memory. Character B goes here, thing happens, memory.
Yeah, got it.
And it keeps doing that.
Well,
So right now, at like 39 hours or however, whatever I'm in, I've got like 8 hours left or so, a little less. And Bowers has showed up a second time. And already stabbed Mike, and Mike stabbed him. And like everybody else is going to sleep for the night. Like that's right. They all met up at the library at the end of the day, and they each told stories. Again, just like how they did at the restaurant.
yeah.
And then they leave, and then Mike's there, and then Bowers comes in the library and attacks Mike. And Mike, I'm pretty sure Mike killed him. Because Mike like stabbed this letter opener in him, and then it broke off inside of him. But Mike's carotid artery in his leg got nicked.
So he's bleeding out.
He put a belt around it and called 911. And the whole time he was on the phone, Pennywise is talking to him and stuff, and he's like, "If you're there, I can't hear you. I'm not being allowed to hear you, but I'm bleeding out. I'm at the library, so please send someone soon." And Pennywise is like, "Oh, you're gonna die."
Being the dancing clown that he is.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. Anyway, I think that's gonna do it. Shut up, Atlas. See?
Yeah.
I guess we got all 3 last time.
No, you got 1 today.
Right, but I got
2.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got 3. That's why they weren't spawning anymore. I think that's going to do it for us this time. Next time, we'll see if the female can't get behind Yielden controls.
I apologize. I'm just exhausted.
As the game gets harder. And she's like, yeah, I'll play the game on the last level when it's super hard and everybody hits really, really hard.
I'll play for 2 minutes and have you take back over.
Uh-huh. So, anyway, by next time, I should have the book done, and I'll be able to tell you more about it and stuff.
More about it.
Yeah, more about it.
Yeah.
And stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid name for a title. It is.
What would you have called it?
Well, in the book, he says his name's Pennywise, the dancing clown. But then he also says his name's Bob Gray. And like multiple times he's referred to that way. But they haven't really explained that yet. And then he's got a daughter named Kirsch. Last name Kirsch. They haven't really explained that yet either.
Scary.
And then he came from outer space.
But they haven't explained that either.
Well, they kind of did. They kind of explained the space thing. Like, he's just, like, floating through space. He was like, hey, planet, and landed. Well, like, crashed.
Wow.
Because it was a big entity, and he's just, like, flying through space, doing his little thing, and then lands and kills all the dinosaurs and stuff.
Oh, that's how the dinosaurs died?
Pretty much.
Got it.
They explained it as when he came, it was a go.
Go?
A go. That was the time frame that they gave. A go.
Not a while ago?
Nope, just a go. Like, million years, man. A go. That's what they said.
That's a million years ago? Just...
No, they said he came from a go. Like, a million years or something.
That's stupid.
Well, it's also Richie talking, and Richie's kind of...
Stupid.
He's not stupid. He's just not very...
Intelligent?
articulate.
Articulate. Got it.
Yeah. And the little kid already found out that his respirators bullshit. I did like how they did that in the second one. In the remake.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what he said. Don't turn that. Okay.
I'm getting this out
Yeah,
of the way.
because if you turn that, it might mess up the microphone. Yeah, his little breathalyzer.
Yeah.
Cause I think I don't remember what he said, but he couldn't say placenta. He threw it on the ground and said, "It's a placenta."
I remember. Yeah. Okay.
Like, whereas in this, it's right after his arm gets broken, which Bowers breaks his arm in the book. He's in the hospital, and he's talking to his mom, and his mom sent his friends away. And she's like, well, you don't need them. I blah, blah, blah. I'm awesome. They suck. And then he straight up and looks at her, and he goes like, I'm going to see my friends and, like, play and stuff. And in exchange for that, I'll keep pretending that this crap is more than water.
Nice. That's a good way to handle it too.
And she's like, okay. And she gets up and leaves, and then his friends come in. Yeah. He's like, it's a placenta. And he throws the respirator on the ground. It's a nasty respirator if it's placenta.
Eat that.
I'm just saying. She wants me to eat the placenta.
No, I want to eat an orange I just put on his desk.
Nasty.